I met you on a Thursday, Friday I took you home. Well, Saturday I'm begging you, baby, just leave me alone. You're turning me upside down, pull me to the ground when you shake me, shake me. I'm giving you what you need and I'm begging, please don't break me, love.
It occurs to me that my previous review of Captain America may not have accurately represented how absolutely god-awful, boring, and hideously dull that movie really is. After all, the very purpose of a review is to cut to the good parts and summarize the action. And believe it or not, I did that. But that still leaves about 80 minutes of absolutely nothing that you didn't see, and I'm sure you're all grateful for that. But I think the point I'm trying to illustrate is, even the stuff you saw happening in my review, stuff really wasn't happening. Seriously, I really was showing you the good parts, like the one fight scene in the entire movie in which a guy is hit with a pig. Maybe 2 guns are fired in anger the whole time. There's more footage of driving around than in Manos, The Hands of Fate. And the rest of the movie is watching Reb Brown give the most sedate, low-key performance of his entire career as he talks to scientists and whines about how he's got no control over his own life. Let me put it this way. Puma Man is 10 times the movie that Captain America is. At least. And I'm being serious, I'm not trying to be funny. Puma Man is a far superior film. Just look at Puma Man for a second. It's full of action beats, there's lots of fighting, it's not great, but it's fighting. The music is surprisingly catchy, a little crappy, but catchy, and Puma Man actually has fucking superpowers. I mean, okay, so flying and teleporting has nothing to do with being a puma, but hell, look at this. He's using superpowers. He's tearing a car up and flipping it over with super strength. That's cool. He's doing stuff. And it even has a memorable villain in the form of Donald Pleasance, who even in crappy movies does a pretty damn good job. Now, don't get me wrong, the special effects were terrible, the mythology was ridiculous, and the hero of Puma Man was a whiny bitch too. But at the end of the day, it was about a hero flying around and fighting crime. And he did that a lot. Something which Captain America didn't get around to until the 75-minute mark. So naturally, with a movie that boring, they decided they had to make a sequel. Captain America 2, Death Too Soon. Oh yeah. Oh no. Jeez, I can't believe this. They used the exact same opening sequences in the first movie. How did they get away with this? Even the box art for both of these movies looks identical. I mean, how lazy is that? They even show him driving around in the same van with the same motorcycle attached to the rear bumper, wearing the same shirt, all of which were destroyed in the first movie when the van crashed. And I still love how they've decided to now open both of their superhero movies with mellow travel montage music. Yeah, screw those lame-ass James Bond movies by opening up with heart-pounding action sequences. Now, I want my superhero movie to open up with 5 minutes of Captain America driving around in his panel van, touring California's scenic backroads, wearing a polo shirt with his radio tuned to the mellow sounds of the 70s. But, okay, they're on a budget and you can forgive them for recycling a familiar opening. And the good news is they got rid of all that crappy origin stuff in the first movie, so now they've got no excuse, and they can get right to the heroic crime-fighting action, right? I mean, this movie couldn't possibly drag as much as the first movie, could it? Just a little. Anyway, we find Captain America in his secret identity as, I'm not kidding, a mild-mannered park caricaturist. While making a pencil sketch of an old lady, he learns that the senior citizens of the neighborhood are being repeatedly assaulted and mugged by a street gang whenever they cash their pension checks.
All my friends are scared to leave their homes, even to go shopping.
Have you cashed your pension check this month, Mrs. Young?
Not yet.
Do me a favor. Go cash it, okay?
Okay.
That's good, Steve. Use the kindly old lady as bait for dangerous criminals. I'm sure Peter Parker would understand you putting Aunt May in harm's way. Anyway, the muggers grab the lady's purse, so Cap snaps into action, launching out on his rocket-powered motorcycle. He grabs the purse back, but the mugger threatens him with a knife. The captain finally decides to employ his shield, and... Okay, let's start from the top. Captain America throws his shield and completely misses, which has one of two possible explanations. Either he missed by accident or he missed on purpose. And yet both scenarios rely heavily on Captain America being incredibly lucky that the thug just decided to stand in the same right exact spot for the 20 seconds it took for the shield to loop around very slowly and hit him in the back of the head. Why didn't the guy just run up and stab him anyway? The guy missed, looks like a dumbass, and now he's wide open to attack. But what really slays me about this one is that when the shield hits him, bouncing harmlessly off his back and making the exact sound you'd expect it to make, that of a flimsy plastic bubble lightly tapping against your shoulder, but even so, the guy sells the shot like he just got fucking nailed in the spine with Thor's hammer. The bad guy's wheelman decides to speed off in his decidedly geeky-looking car, so Captain America dashes after him, leaving his rocket bike behind. Yes, he'll chase down a purse snatcher with a superpowered motorcycle, but the guy speeding away in a car he pursues on foot. You really have to admire the special effects employed to depict Captain America's super speed, that of the editor hitting the fast forward button on his VCR. Cap is called back to the lab when it's discovered that the most famous microbiologist and immunologist in the world has been kidnapped, to which our brave hero declares,
Well, it sounds like it's a case for the FBI.
"This looks like a job for the proper authorities." The Doctor's been kidnapped by the notorious international terrorist General Miguel, played by Christopher Lee. One could wonder at the casting decision here. After all, I look more like a Miguel than Englishman Christopher Lee does, and I'm just about as white as you get. But thinking about it, Lee has pretty much already portrayed every nationality in the movies he's been in. Like a Transylvanian, a Russian, a Pakistani, a wizard, and, well, Fu Manchu. Anyway, Miguel's got the scientists working on some kind of super deadly virus thingy in a lab. His secret base is located inside an American prison where he's masquerading as the warden whom he's quietly murdered and replaced. And he's very proud of this plan.
Who in the world would think of looking for the famous terrorist Miguel inside an American penitentiary?
Well, guess I can't find fault in your reasoning there, except for the fact that prisons aren't exactly known for their world-class microbiology labs and their notoriously stupid staff who can't tell between their own warden and a world-infamous bioterrorist. Maybe all the guards and inmates are distracted, hopelessly smitten by Miguel's right-hand man who looks captivatingly like Mango?
You can't have the mango!
Miguel starts developing his superweapon and sends his demands to the president. He says he'll release the chemical into a major American city unless the government pays him the sum of $1 billion.
That's it? $1 billion? No quid pro quo?
Or he'll spread a chemical through a major American city, a chemical that will cause rapid aging. His claim is that everyone within range will age at the rate of 38 days per hour.
And I think he means it too. Unlike that guy with the neutron bomb, I think Miguel might just be a mad dog killer. Captain America decides to go to the docks to track down a rare chemical that the Doctor would need to synthesize the aging drug being smuggled in from Ecuador. Would have been cool if he just called Captain Ecuador to help, but whatever. Cap storms in the warehouse but finds the place tightly guarded by militant dock workers. This is the song written for the fight scene. He's got to find Christopher Lee. He tried to kill him with a forklift. Ooh! Oh man, that was dumb. Why the hell did I try that? Wow, stuff actually happened there. So naturally the movie decides to pull the drag chute for about 20 minutes, while the captain tries to find out where the chemicals are being unloaded, somewhere in the small town of Belleville. He decides to go undercover as a wandering cat painter who makes creepy passes at little boys and asks awkward, suspicious questions.
Maybe you could show me some of those terrific trails, Peter. I sure would like to go riding with you. Well, I'm looking for a house, sort of off the beaten track.
Like what?
Oh, abandoned farm, old mining area. A place a guy can go and get away from it all.
Sure, I love hanging out in abandoned farms, and there's nothing more relaxing than painting in an abandoned, unlit mine. As you might guess, the chunkhead blows his cover almost instantly.
He's no wandering artist, Stater. He's too intelligent and too inquisitive for that.
Artists are stupid, unquestioning people worthy only of contempt.
Now you listen to me. Under no circumstances is this Mr. Rogers to leave that town.
I want you to turn Mr. Rogers' neighborhood into his tomb. Permanently. So Miguel arranges to have the police arrest Steve on trumped-up assault charges in jail. Stupidly, Steve tells the cops his real name just before bending the bars and escaping the jail before Miguel's henchmen arrive to kill him. When they discover he's escaped, they run outside and see Captain America speeding away on a motorcycle, and none of them seem to manage to make the connection here.
I can't understand this.
I wonder if the sudden, inexplicable appearance of Captain America has any connection with the absurdly strong, muscle-bound giant named Steve Rogers, who just bent steel bars and escaped from jail.
Captain America just broke Rogers out of jail. He's headed north on 401.
You just saw him drive past alone on a motorcycle. You can't possibly be this stupid. And thus begins another scene where Captain America bravely flees from the bad guys. I just don't get this. He's got a bulletproof shield, super strength and speed, and he can't take out 5 unarmed hicks in a Jeep? Well, eventually the bad guys mobilize some reinforcements and corner him on a dam. So he kicks in the rocket boosters, jumps the blockade, and accidentally drops off the side of the dam. That can't have been on purpose, can it? Does Captain America actually steer intentionally off the side of the dam? He couldn't have. Why would he if he was capable of jumping the blockade, hitting the road, and just keep on going? Captain America sucks, man. Moving on, the president decides that he won't pay Miguel because the United States does not negotiate with terrorists. So Miguel sends a henchman who also happens to be a talented skywriter to fly over Portland, Oregon, and write the word smile on the poisonous gas. It kind of sounds like something the Joker would do if he was on too tight of a budget to afford parade floats and giant balloons, doesn't it? The best part of the scene is that you can hear someone in the crowd trying to decipher and sound out phonetically the clearly written word in mile-high letters. Meanwhile, Captain America manages to get a local family to help him find Miguel's home base in the prison. He goes there and blows through the gates. He storms the administration building looking for Miguel, but Miguel's already on top of it, telling Mango to dose some guard dogs with the rapid-aging drug to help cover his escape.
Well, let's make sure this time. You go to the lab and you get the professor to give the biggest dogs an overdose of the aging compound, and then you let them loose in the corridor.
No, Wilson won't do that.
Well, then you do it. Use the spray, it'll be faster, and make sure it is a triple dose.
Dose them heavily, Mango. I want them old, arthritic, and useless when they attack Captain America. He'll never see it coming. And believe it or not, this plan works, thoroughly defeating Cap and forcing him to retreat back outside as Miguel escapes in his car. Why are there prison guards shooting at Captain America? Isn't he a national symbol of freedom and heroism? I gotta tell you, there is not a whole lot of tension in this scene. After all, how could the guards possibly hope to match his powers of sliding down a handrail? Well, he manages to escape the guards by throwing his motorcycle on top of the wall. Yeah, well, it also helps that there's no such thing as momentum or physics in this movie. Oh, come on! How often does Captain America seriously expect to drive his motorcycle off a fucking cliff? And why didn't he use it when he fell off the fucking dam? Sweet Christmas, this is stupid.
You're crazy, it can't be. Alarm, there's a man in the sky!
A man in the sky? Get out of here, enough of your lies.
Oh, the tension. Will his high-performance super motorcycle catch up to Miguel's 4-door station wagon? Eventually, Miguel decides to ditch the station wagon. Cap follows on foot because I guess using the motorcycle wouldn't be fair. Oh, Jesus. You know, he never really got the hang of throwing that dang shield, did he?
Hold it! You didn't expect to fool an old jungle fighter with a boomerang trick like that, did you?
You did not seriously think that an Avenger could contend with the will of Sauron. There are none who can.
It's a shame, really, because in any other circumstances we might have been friends.
I doubt that, General.
You and I are not so different, Captain America. Wait. Actually, that's not true. Virtually everything about us is different. Forget what I said.
Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Wait right there. I've got something else. Don't move now. I didn't move when you threw the shield thing at me. Here we go. Ready?
Oldest trick in the book. Well, even though Miguel got douched with a full bottle of the aging stuff, he still manages to take Cap down and choke a bitch like he owes him money. Alas, he ages to death in a matter of seconds, sparing Captain America the embarrassment of being choked out by fucking Saruman. And with the antidote secure, Cap and Dr. Mills rush over to Portland in a helicopter to spray it over a city gripped in terror, fearful of their coming deaths and, proceeding in an orderly fashion, uncaring as if nothing at all had happened. Huh. He didn't yell. He didn't scream, not one single time. How do you do that? How do you get Reb Brown in 2 superhero movies and never have him yell? I feel cheated. I feel violated for having wasted this much time on these boring-ass movies. You know, say what you want about Bruno Mattei. Yeah, he stole action movie ideas. He was pretty shameless about copying stuff. But you know what? The guy had balls. The guy made the most of what he had, and he had Reb Brown. And god damn it, Reb Brown yells and shoots at things. I figured if anyone got the concepts of yelling and shooting and blowing things up, it would be America. That's why we invented Michael fucking Bay. But no! I mean, even Puma Man, that was Italy. Look it up. So, you know, Bruno Mattei, Italy, I apologize. I'm sorry. Please take me back. You know, yeah, you may have ripped off a ton of movie ideas, but at least you had movie ideas. You stole good ones. You didn't make these 2 vacuous, insipid pieces of shit. These 2 movies make me ashamed to be American.
Stop! Who dares speak of America? Answer me!
Oh, come on. I thought I was done with this. Who the hell are you?
I am the Gatekeeper.
Ah, crap.
The world has got some blame for me. Courthouse chairs and factories. Black and whites on the street. For me. I see my place in American ways. Face returns as I can do.